He pēne tūturu a Ardijah no Aotearoa nei. Neke atu ki te rua te kautau rātou e waiatana I nā waiata a e tahi atu. I nai nei kua huri ki a rātou ake waiata mo Aotearoa. Ko Ryan me Betty Ann Monga nā kaiarahi o te rōpu nei.
Ardijah is a six-piece band, and it pretty much has been a six-piece band since it started, but this time we've got a saxophone player in there. On saxophone we have Rico, and he plays flute as well as ukulele and sax and a bit of acoustic guitar. Actually, he plays quite a...
Everything.
Yeah. And vocals. I forgot the vocals.
Yeah.
He sounds a little like Luther Vandross. Yeah. And on guitar we have Tony T. He's a vocalist. He's from Defection. He left Ardijah in the beginning and formed Defection, and they put out a string of songs.
We have our newest member with Ardijah, it's our Westie, because he wears a Westie shirt. His name's Mark Stevens. Cool guy.
Keyboard player.
Keyboards, beautiful player. I know that he's holding back because he's obviously being the newest member. I mean, a lot of these songs, I get the vibe from him that he's heard these songs before, and it's hello, now he's playing them in the band. You know what I mean? That's the vibe I get. We never talk about this, so I can just see his body language is like he's having a joy fit or something. It's okay.
Yeah.
I hope he is having a joy fit. So it's good to have, awesome to have him on board. And we have...
on bass we have Keitapu Monga, who happens to be our son, and he was pretty much born into the whole thing, from the cover band days. And he's always been around the music.
Well, being around school, everyone will always come up to me, oh, you Ardijah's son, You Ardijah's son. Oh, yeah, man, And, can you sing a song for us? And I'll start singing, watching you or something. But that was when I had a real high voice. And then, and then even from actually Australia, moving to Australia and then having no one know about you, So it was sort of, I got to see both sides, And then moving back to New Zealand, high school, and then it was like, back on mum and dad were back into the scene, And I was just starting my musical things out at school.
Back in the day, I used to be the original bass player, but I always wanted to play drums, and one day I heard him jamming on the bass guitar outside, but I didn't know it was him. I thought it was a recording of me. And I was trying to figure out now, I don't remember recording myself playing bass by myself. Went out the back and there he was playing my bass. And I walked in and he said, oh, sorry, Dad, I'll put your bass away. And I said, no, hang on. Keep playing and I'll just jump on the drums and see how it sounds. So from then on, it was like, hey, this sounds really good. Let's audition. And let's audition.
You have to audition.
Let's call Mum. We're going to audition for the band now.
Yeah, it's no good having this kind of, you've automatically got it, because that's not good.
And
really.
Which meant I had to work for the drum part and he had to work for the bass part. But I don't remember seeing that she's the big boss. But anyway,
you didn't audition, mate.
We went
just
there.
got the gig.
No.
Anyway.
Look at that. Oh, there, the big boss. There you go. We're playing there and I look over and oh, that's right, that's our son. Ardijah formed back in about 1979. And it started off with myself and our guitarist, John Wihongi. And there was just the two of us at the time, and then we auditioned a percussionist named James Tuiara, and then Richie Campbell on drums. And it was just a four-piece male group, and we would do a lot of socials back in '79. And our big dream was to get into a nightclub. Ardijah, the boys group, we went into this talent quest at this nightclub in Papatoia called Billy Joe's, and that's where we met Betty, and she was a solo vocalist, and we were entering as a band thing. The local band got us up to play, and we did a set with everybody, and full dance floor and all of that, and it's like we were playing all this funk stuff, and it was like, and when we heard Betty sing, we went, oh man, she's pretty good singer, and we happened to both lose, come nowhere in the talent quest. So some of the boys got her number and rang her up to audition for our all boys group, just to change that. Change the vibe a little bit and have that female, input in there.
Nā te uru o Betty Ann rātau I whai mahi ai, I te mea no tāmaki makaurau ki te tonga te rōpu nei, mo te nuina o te wā I te waiata rātau I reira.
We're at Mangere Shopping Centre, South Auckland, and we're right outside the Pacific Tavern, which was the Aotearoa club type thing. And this was our first residency back in 1980. 79, 80, and the club back then used to be called the Cordova. The Cordova was like our first major club gig, and we were doing socials for a year before that. 79 was just socials, rugby league socials and stuff, and then this was one of the big goals was to get into a nightclub. So you can see how humble, goals that we were going for. And now when you look at the nightclub scene, it's kind of like, yeah, been there, done that, But back then it was awesome.
Ka roa haere tā rātau waiata tahi ka tīmata te rōpu nei ki te whakauru atu I o rātau a ke tangi. E kia nei ko te Polyfonk, he tangi I ahu mai I tāmaki makaurau ki te tonga.
Back in those days, radio and a lot of the music shows weren't very funky, They were only catering for one type of audience that listened to rock and whatever, all of that stuff, and also the Dunedin sound. And for us in our neighbourhood, we do not listen to that stuff. No offence to that music, but it's just not what we were listening to. And they probably have the same thing. They don't listen to us, So back in those days, it was about creating something that we liked listening to, and we knew that our audiences liked listening to in the same areas, And then, you put out Time Makes a Wino or Give Me Your Number. Give Me Your Number was kind of like the foot in the door, because it was still rocky, but it was funk rock, A lot of slap bass with the funk guitar, the rock guitar.